Good morning, students. Today we will continue chapter number 9, that is retail trade, in which we were doing the chapter 9.3, types of retail traders. In these types, we were learning about the retailers which are of small scale as well as large scale, which have the fixed shops, in which we did the concept of departmental stores yesterday. Today we will continue with the other types. These are your super bazaar, chain stores and malls. There is a very minute difference between all these three things, and that's why it is very much necessary to understand each and every concept so intensively. Then only you are able to understand that what's the basic meaning of these kind of large scale traders in case of fixed shops. So departmental store we did yesterday. Today we will discuss the super bazaar. Super bazaar is a combination of two words, that is super plus bazaar. Super means where you get the best. Super means the best, and bazaar where you have the trading activity, that is known as bazaar. So a bazaar or a place where you have the trading activities and get the best product there, that is known as the super bazaar. As per the query of one of the student, I just want to make you clear that what is the basic difference between, no doubt, in super bazaar we have variety of goods, in departmental store we have variety of goods, but in departmental stores we have the services along with the products as well. But in super bazaar no services has been provided, only the goods that has the physical things it is to be provided. One more difference is there. If I talk about the departmental stores, you find the salesman there, you find the service providers there. But in case of super bazaar, there is a display system will be done and no salesman. You have liberty and complete freedom to choose the product whatever you want to have. A shelves or the display systems are to be given over there, and you have to choose the product as per your choice. When you thoroughly read the features of each and every term, that will make you clear that what is the basic difference between all these terminology, by which you can get the difference by reading the features so thoroughly, so intensively. You just come to know that what is the difference between these types of retailers. So features of super bazaar are the things are daily use are sold here. Principle of self-service, please underline, principle of self-service is adopted here. These are mainly found in big cities. There is a freedom of choosing the things. Prices are comparatively low. Sales are in cash. Packing is given a special attention. Things are arranged on open shelves or a display system, we can say. The things, there are different departments for the different things, but they deal with the things only, not the services. There is an organization very similar to the departmental store. No doubt it is very similar because the various departments are there, but in departmental stores we have the physical goods as well as services there, but in super bazaar we have the physical products there only. If we talk about the origin of the super bazaar, it is originated first time in New York. In which year? 1930. Please mark this point from 1 mark point of view. You may get the question in the paper, carry 1 mark, that where the super mall has been originated. The super mall has been originated or established in New York first time. In which year? It is 1930. At the time of war, market was in hopeless condition because of heavy recession there. Big bazaar was established to supply the goods to the consumer in this condition, and after this second super bazaar was also established in New York. They supply almost all the things. That's why they are called the stores for the poor people. They established in Japan and England in 1953 and 1956 respectively, and these days they are gaining the popularity. In India, we can say one of the example of super bazaar is Big Bazaar. Have you ever visited Big Bazaar? If you don't, please go there and enjoy the practically that what is Super Bazaar. Now, advantages of Super Bazaar, they are the most more sales because more things are supplied at one place. It has a great facility of choice, no doubt. The things are bought on the large scale and therefore they are cheaper and the customer get the benefit. There is no need of handling because everything is packed and price is printed on that. No need to bargain there, no need to ask about the pricing and all. Everything is systematic, everything is defined over there. You find the price tag on each and every item that you want to pick. There is absence of the credit facility, no doubt, and it is unsuitable for the technical and the heavy goods, and there is always a fear of theft. Yes, no doubt, the theft fear is always there. Sorry. There is no fear of loss of capital because of sales are on the cash basis, and this is center of attraction for the lower and the middle class customer. And if we talk about the disadvantages of Super Bazaar, it requires a lot of capital, no doubt. Variety of the goods are to be invested in bulk there. So it requires a huge amount of capital. It established involves the difficulty in choosing an appropriate place to make it comfortable for the and according to the ordinary customer. And this is there is an absence of the consultation and suggestion of the choice of the things. There is an absence of the credit facility as well, and it is unsuitable for the technical and heavy goods. There is a fear of theft. So this is all about your Super Bazaar. Now malls. Malls means a kind of shopping complex where varied type of product and services are available under one roof. Like you ever visited the Big Bazaar? When Big Bazaar is a shopping complex you find in a building. That particular building where you find a lot of blocks, lot of counters are there, lot of shops are there under one roof. Like the Big Bazaar is there, Adidas is there, food courts are there, PVR cinemas are there. Under one roof you find a lot of things all together. That is known as mall. What is mall? Mall means a kind of the shopping complex where varied type. Varied means different type of products as well as services are available under one roof. You have seen the kids zone is there, gaming zone is there in the malls when you visited. If you have not visited, please visit it once and you have a wonderful experience there. You really enjoyed that, and moreover you come to know that what is a mall basically. And these kind of malls usually situated in metro cities like Delhi, Bombay, Chandigarh, because people have charm there. In Karnal and Panipat we have the malls, but it is on very small scale. These are not the well established malls. If you want to see the finest example of the malls, you must visit Delhi, Gurgaon or Chandigarh. Yes, then you have a very fine example of malls there. Now the feature of malls. Big size retail shop. In this type of shopping complex, there are many shops in one building. And the size and area of the shop, every shop is very large. Multiple services. Apart from the commodities products, a customer get many other things in the malls, and customer not only purchase a product but also avail of the latest type of entertainment as well as food. Centrally located, usually the malls or often malls are located at a place where everybody can reach, and efforts is to be made to ensure that it is centrally located because it should be approachable to everybody. And numerous goods, yes, the mall products are available for the men, women, children, for every group. So the sales in the malls are not just made for some particular product, that is unlimited in range. Ownership. All the shops of the mall do not belong to just a one person, but it is owned by a different persons, and different ownership increase the competition in each other. Large scale advertisement. Advertisement is also has been maintained, and it is required to attract the customer because they find a variety of goods there. So huge amount is to be spent for the investment there, and huge investment is there as the cost of shop in malls is very high. So it become expensive, and moreover the product are lying there that should be of the finest quality, that should be of good variety as well. So huge investment has to be done in case of malls. If you want to open a shop in a mall, a huge investment has to be done in the terms of the shop occupied there, in the terms of the store you will kept there, the display system you will have, the decorum you will have of your, or the display of your shop you have to invest such a huge amount there. So huge investment is also one of the finest example of this. Advantages of malls. Let's see what are the benefits of mall. No doubt easy selection, as different color design, everything you find there at one place, and rates and quality you can compare as well. You can compare the prices of the different companies under one roof. So there is an easy selection for a buyer, easy shopping. Under the one roof you find a lot of products all together. So easy shopping will be there, but cash sales, so there is no fear of the bad debts by the suppliers or the sellers. Multiple services, and all the services has been provided, like the restroom, cinema halls, parking, hangouts, gaming zone, PVRs, so many things you find under one roof. But along with that, the dark side is that the limitations are more running cost. Yes, the cost is so huge because everybody has to decorate their shop so finally in such a fine manner that it should attract the customer. The variety of the goods should be there, the quality should be maintained there, the services properly provided to the customers, and advertisement spent on advertisement also be there. So in this way the running cost of a shop in a mall is huge. High prices, because of the running cost on the commodity available in the mall are relatively high, so as compared to the market price, their prices of goods is also high. Huge capital investment, as if you want to do any business in a mall, and then you have to think like a big entrepreneur, and you have to invest more money there, more capital, more display, more quality, everything is to be provided more. Just because of that, the huge investment will there, or the investment of the capital will be more there. Next is situated at distant place. Efforts are made to establish a mall in heart of a city, and it is a large scale required there. That's why often it is noted that it is not accessible by the common man. Everybody cannot, because you need a place that should not be distant at all. It should be in the heart of the city, that is approachable by each and every customer. But it is very much difficult as well as expensive to find that kind of place which is large in size as well as in the center of the city. So this is all about the malls. Let's see chain stores. Chain stores. So many brands nowadays. The Bata is floating on the screen right now. You can see so many examples. Adidas is there. Madame is there. Samsung is there. Apple is there. So many brands. Today the time of the brands. Our youth is most inspired by the brands nowadays. So these kind of brands are not only situated at a place where it is manufactured. All over the country or out of the country, you also find their stores. What the common thing? What is the chain store basically? When you have their stores, you find the price of the product that is launched by them at every place is same. When you are going to Delhi, when you are going to Bombay or the Chandigarh, if you have the chain store, the uniformity you find there, the category of the product, the quality of the product, the standard of the products, and the pricing of the product, you will have same. So these are the numerous shops which you selling the same kind of goods under one management. These shops can be established at the various places in the city in various city. In one city it can be placed or various city it can be placed. The things are manufactured at one place and manufacturer open his own retail shops in order to eliminate the middleman. There is a parity in prices to attract the customer. Parity, I hope you understand, means uniformity is there. And moreover, the customers, the shops are well decorated and you find the decoration of the shop is uniform. Uniform means the same type of, same color combination. If you ever visited the showroom of Bata, you find that symbol in red color always. Same, everything you find same. Their labeling, their showcase, their boards, everything you find same. Or any other also. Whatever the chain stores are there. I'm not talking about the franchising. If you have taken the franchising, then you can manipulate the things a little as per your convenience. Franchising is something else. But if you are using the chain store, you are under the single management and you find the store. Like Reliance stores are there. You ever find the Reliance store? These are the chain stores. Whether you go to Delhi, whether you go to Karnal, whether you go to Panipat, Ambala, Chandigarh, Punjab, everywhere you find the Reliance store, display is absolutely same. Their window is absolutely same. Everywhere the color combination, the slogans, the way, the culture they are adopting, it is absolutely same at every place. Can you set an example of any of other chain store? Pantaloons is also there. Suvina is on the small scale in Karnal only. Yes. Yes, it is also a chain store, no doubt. Liberty is also. It's a part of Reliance. They have given the franchisee as well. But if we talk about the chain store that are under the one management, they have the same type of, they have the uniform display ever. So some important definitions are also given to us. You have to learn one of the definition that you find appropriate. Now, what are the features of the chain store? The following are the features of the chain store. The things sold at one place and manufactured at one place and sold at all the places. The owner of the shop is an individual of the firm. All the things are same in size, quantity and price as well. The number of things sold are a few and just one or two things. A shop is opened at every place where there is a demand for the thing and sale is done 100% in cash. There is uniformity in decoration of every shop. The things of the general consumption are sold in these shops. These shops have an extensive area and there can be many shops in a town depending on the population of the town as well. If we talk about the chain stores, it established in the United States of America first of all, and later on such shops started one after other. The prominent name of the United States of America are Safeway, Flag Brothers, Standard Oil Company, and the shops popular in other countries also. In India, DCM, Bata Shoes, Raymond's, McDonald's, Usha Swing Machine. These are the worth mentioning chain stores we can say. Now, establishment of a chain store. If you want to establish a chain store, a suitable location, suitable building, internal decoration, and you have to keep a pricing system in your mind while opening a chain store because it requires a lot of uniformity among all these factors. Now, advantages. Yes, fixed and single price. It is already determined that what will be the price of the product and it remains fixed for every customer at every store. There is no bargaining, there is no haggling, nothing is done there negative. So fixed prices are there. End of the middleman. Yes, middleman will not be there. So producer as well as the consumer will have the advantage of lowering the price. Collective advertisement. Yes, the collective advertisement of all the chain store is done by the company. They don't require any other extra need or cost to pay for the advertisement. Economies of the production scale, yes, economize, because as a large scale production is to be done, products are manufactured at one place but it is delivered everywhere. So large scale production reduce the wastage and reduce the cost of production as well. So it also economize. Economize means savings here of the production scale. As the production scale will become large, it will increase, the wastage will be less. In this way, we can economize our expenses. Goodwill in public, yes, as the products are of same quality, same size, same prices, same type available at every place, it just have an impact on the mind of a consumer, which is very much helpful to draw a good reputation in the mind of a consumer. Suppose, like when you listen about the McDonald's, immediately the symbol float in our mind, because an image has been set up. Why this image has been set up? Because uniformity is there. Wherever you go, you find the uniformity in the products of the McDonald's. So a goodwill has been maintained, and near to the customers, in every town the shops has been established. So there will be, whether it is so much far, the manufacturing place is so far, still it become very much near to the consumers as well. And facilities of transfer are easy to recognize. As I told you the example of McDonald's, it is very easy to recognize the things because uniformity is there. Facility of transfer of the goods. There are many shops under one management, so you can transfer the goods. Suppose you have purchased a product, Bata showroom in Delhi. You come to Karnal, gifted it to somebody, but he don't like the product or some problem is arise there. Now the person can go to the Karnal showroom, the Karnal store, and they can exchange that particular product in the Karnal store as well. Chain stores also provide this facility of transfer of the goods as well. Moreover, suppose you go to Karnal store and whatever the article you want to have, the size is not available that particular store, then that store can contact to the another store that is located in the Panipat, Delhi or Punjab, in any nearby area, and they can have the transfer of the goods that as per their requirement at their place. Free repair facilities, yes, and the customer is given the guarantee of the free repair of the things from the particular period of a time. If any defects before the expiry date has been done there, it is to be guaranteed, period is there, and payments has been done accordingly. Scientific research, the arrangement for the research can be easily made because of these resources. The dark side is the some disadvantages, huge amount of capital, again no credit sale as we did in the previous terminologies, limited selection facilities is there, no home delivery facility, yes, the chain store don't provide any home delivery facility, you have to go to those stores yourself, you have to pick up your product as per your choice, try that and then you can purchase, but home delivery is not there. And lack of personal relation is there because the employees are not the real owners, the owners are somebody else, but the people who are having the stores, they are the owner of the stores only, they are not the owner of that particular brand or product. So there is a lack of the personal relation between the manufacturer as well as customer. Lack of the successful control system, yes, as the shops are spread over the large area, it is very much difficult to control each and every store easily. Monopoly in the long period, yes, no doubt, when the things are multiple, you have the multiple shops of a one type of quality of goods, then you develop a monopoly in the market of yours. A monopoly will be developed there. Monopoly means the single seller. Then fear to small manufacturer, yes, it is gradually curve in the hearts of the people because of the uniformity of the price, means the faith has been developed in the people that when the prices are fixed, it means no handling is done by the producer, nothing fraud, no fraud has been done by the producer. So in this way they feel so comfortable, and it will give a threat to the small traders because the small traders usually bargain. Their prices are not fixed earlier, so it is provide a fear to the small trader. And lack of freedom, the employees of the multiple shop have to work according to the directions of the head office. None of the initiative is taken at their own. Whatever the instruction or the guidelines is provided to them, they have to follow those instructions only. So in this way, these are the various advantages and disadvantages of chain store. Chain store in India is not fully developed. It's a multiple shops. Chain store have not established up to the extent of the other country. A lot of capital is required to establish this shop, and this is a big problem in India as a businessman. But still we find a lot of examples here. So here some difference between the departmental store and chain shop after this is given to you. But you have to write the difference between, you have to take a pen paper, make 4 columns of that, write the meaning, advantages, disadvantages and features of all these 4 terms. What are these 4 terms? The first one, departmental store. Second one is your super bazaar. Third one is your malls. And fourth one is your chain store. Take a pen paper and make a flow chart of meaning, features, advantages, disadvantages of each and every type of fixed shop. These 4 types first that we have done till by the time. And send PDF to me. Prepare the chart of this, and after that send PDF to me. When you differentiate all this, then it will become very easy to understand and differentiate the meaning between all these terms. Otherwise, you always get confusion. And moreover, there are the chances of getting the question in the board exam, in the examination out of this topic. So do this topic so well, prepare your notes, learn it so well, and send PDF to me. It is all about for the day. Thank you. Have a nice day.